This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning, I'm Shodi Aido. Major headlines: 2027 North rallies voters as South tops re-registration lists. Nupeng short report as FG Dangote talks drag. Kaduna violence El-Rufai ADC leader shun police invitation. Umunugo drop president's aid. Sports: Sia tells Chelle to rely on Lukman Akorede. Entertainment: I am alive and well. Ebenezer Obey rebukes death rumor. News in detail. 2027 North rally voters as South tops pre-registration list. Northern states in the country have begun voters' mobilization as southern states continue to lead online pre-registration in the ongoing nationwide continuous voters registration exercise. It was reported at Kano, Kaduna, Yobe, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Ilorin, among others, are part of the states that have begun renewed efforts to mobilize eligible citizens for the exercise. The Independent National Election Constitution has announced that over 3.5 million Nigerians has completed the online registration. The update was provided in the past release issue on Monday by the National Constitution Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voters Education Committee, Sam Olumekun. As of Sunday, September 7, 2025, a total of 3,544,850 Nigerians have now pre-registered online in 3 weeks since the commencement of the exercise on 18th August 2025, Olumekun said. Nupeng short report as FG Dangote talks drag. Talks between representative and Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the leadership of the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers dragged on for several hours on Monday night, despite the role played by the federal government through the Minister of Labour, Employment and Productivity for Reconciliation. This came as officials of Nupeng paralyzed fuel loading activities across petroleum depots nationwide on Monday as they picked against Dangote Petroleum Refinery's alleged ban on workers' unionism. This meeting, involving all parties, which was held at the conference room of the Ministry of Labour, lasted for several hours despite plans for both parties to immediately sign a memorandum of understanding to put an immediate end on the ongoing conflict. The meeting had in attendance the National Executive of Nupeng and officials of the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. Also present was the Executive Director, Distribution System, Storage and Relying Infrastructure of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulator Authority, Ogungo Nkoa, as well representatives of the Dangote Groups and MRS Petroleum. Kaduna violence, El-Rufai, ADC leader shun police invitation. Former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai on Monday submit a petition against the State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Rabiu, over what he described as unprofessional conduct, abuse of office and several violations. Former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai on Monday. The petition was fresh twist in the face of between the leadership of the African Democratic Congress in Kaduna State and the State Police Command. The Kaduna office has sealed the Kaduna ADC secretariat last Thursday and subsequently invited El-Rufai and other ADC leaders for questioning for alleged conspiracy, mischiefs, and disturbance of public peace in the state. Previously, members of the Kaduna ADC had suffered attack by political thugs, with the ADC accusing the police of backing the thugs. Rather than honor the police invitation, El-Rufai, according to the statement on Monday by his media aide, Muyiwa Adekeye, dragged the police commissioner before the police service commissioner. El-Rufai in the petition alleged the commissioner of police and some officer of the Kaduna Police Command has emerged in the act unbecoming their calling since assuming officer of December 30, 2024. Umunobo dropped a president's aide. The presidency has announced the disengagement of Ifako John Umunobo as the special assistant of the president on digital and creative economy in the office of the vice president. In a notice issued yesterday in Abuja by the State House Director of Information and Public Relations, Abiodun Oladunjoye, the presidency said the disengagement takes immediate effect. Stakeholders and constituents of the digital and creative economy at home and abroad, as well as the general public, are then notified that Ifako John Umunobo had served as special assistant to the president on digital and creative economy. Office of the vice president has been disengaged with immediate effect. The statement read. Rivers, Fubara lawmaker warm up for return as Tinubu order Ibas to prepare handover note. Barring unforeseen circumstances, the suspended governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu, and the 32-member House of Assembly will return to office on September 18. Indications that the suspended governor, his deputy, as well as the state lawmaker will return to office where they arrived last week after the closed-door meeting between the president and the sole administrator in the presidential villa, where Ibas was given a marching order to submit a comprehensive handover note of a 6-month emergency rule before his 10 days vacation ends. President Bola Tinubu has on March 18 proclaimed an emergency rule in Rivers State and suspend the state governor, his deputy, and the assembly for 6 months to douse the political tension between the governor and the former governor of the state and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The president may likely to make a pronouncement to lift the emergency rule on September 18. A date would make it exactly 6 months since the state of emergency was proclaimed. Lagos gives extension to errant estate. Normalcy has returned to the real estate sector following the decision of the Lagos state government to review the tagging of 176 estates in Lekki Ajah corridor as illegal. The restoration of the norms is coming on the heels of the public outcry that greets the tagging of the estate as illegal. Recall that the state government has identified 176 estate developments, the predominantly located in Etiosa, Ajah, Ibeju-Lekki, and Ekpe axis of the state, giving them a 21 ultimatum to process their layout approvals. The estates, according to the government, were deemed illegal due to their failure to obtain layout approval from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. According to the Permanent Secretary Office of Physical Planning, Engineer Oluwole Sotire, the illegal estate comprised the Sustainable Development, ethos, and the Teams Plus agenda of the Lagos state government by operating without approved layout. Sports. Siasia tells Chelle to rely on Lookman Arokodare. Former Nigerian coach Samson Siasia has advised Super Eagles manager Eric Chelle to maximize Ademola Lookman's set piece ability and Tolu Arokodare's physical presence when they face South Africa in today's crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. Nigeria traveled to Bloemfontein following a narrow 1-0 victory over Rwanda in Uyo, where Wolverhampton Wanderers striker Arokodare came off the bench to score the decisive goal just 5 minutes after his introduction. The win kept the Super Eagles within the touching distance of Group C leader South Africa, with victory at the Free State Stadium, potentially reducing the gap to 3 points. Speaking on Super Sports, Siasia said the result against Rwanda should boost confidence, but warned that Bafan, who had won 4 straight qualifier for the first time since 2002, will be the formidable opponent. We need to keep the ball. We need to keep the ball, win free kicks, and allow players like Lookman to make the difference. Arokodare can also be important in the holding up play and creating chances, he said. EPL, Nottingham Forest sacked UNO after rising tensions. Nottingham Forest has confirmed the dismissal of head coach UNO Espirito Santo, bringing an end to his spell as the city ground after weeks of reported tension between both parties. The club, in the statement on Monday, said UNO was relieved of his duties following recent circumstances, while expressing gratitude of his contribution during what is described as a successful era. The statement read, "The club thanked UNO for his contribution during the very successful era as the city ground, in particular his role in 2024-2025 section, which will forever be remembered fondly in the history of club. As someone who played a pivotal role in our success last section, it will also hold a special place in our journey." Football transfer expert Fabrizio Romano also confirmed the development, noting that the decision followed rising the tension in recent weeks. Entertainment. I am alive and well. Ebenezer Obey debunked death rumor. Music legend Ebenezer Obey has dismissed rumor of his death and claimed that he suffered a stroke, and describing them as lies from the kingdom of darkness. In a video shared on Instagram, Obey appeared alongside his two sons, singing on reassure fans of his good health. "Stop the rumor, Ebenezer Obey is alive and well," he captioned the clip. The veteran musician explained that he traveled to London for personal care and expressed frustration over the false report, which involved fabricated image of coffins. Bright Chimeze urged young musicians to prioritize meaningful lyrics over trends. Veteran highlife musician Bright Emeze has expressed concern over the lack of meaningful lyrics in contemporary music. Speaking on a recent episode of the Creative Tea podcast, Chimeze acknowledged that today's artists produce high-quality sounds and enjoy financial success, but he noted that many of their songs lack depth and substance. He advised young musicians to focus on crafting lyrics with lasting value, drawing from his own career as example. Citing his 1984 classic Respect Africa, Chimeze said he still takes pride in the message of the music decades later. Recap of the headline. Recap of the major headline. 2027 North rallies voters as South tops pre-registration list. Nupeng short depot as FG Dangote talks drag. Kaduna violent El Rufai ADC leader shun police invitation. Umunubo drop as president's aide. Sports. Siasia tells Chele to rely on Lukman Arokodare. Entertainment. I am alive and well. Ebenezer Obey debunked death rumor. Follow us on all our social media handles Facebook, X, WhatsApp, YouTube at Ifako Radio, on Instagram at Ifako_radio. For news reporting, contact us at ifakoradio@gmail.com or call or WhatsApp 091 22 22 433. Special thanks to the news producer Olanireti Olusegun. Thanks for watching. I'm Shodia Ibomi. Have a victorious Tuesday. God bless Ifako Radio.
Looking for reliable brand for import and export, logistics and cargo services, ticket booking, or general merchandising? At Divine and Grace Enterprises, they specialize in seamless global trade, efficient cargo handling, top-notch travel support, and trusted merchant services. Whether it's getting your goods across borders, booking a flight, or managing cargo with precision, they deliver with speed, reliability, and care. You can visit them at Nako Export Warehouse, International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos State. You can contact them on 0803-406-1483, 0817-287-4375, or email it divineandgraceenterprises@gmail.com. Divine and Grace Enterprise, your reliable brand for logistics and merchandise.